Alice Quayle here from the Isle of Man Climate Change Coalition, something in those, CCC. Got those in the right order today?
I think so. I'm not
okay,
sure.
that's
a double check.
On the back of the news, it's broken, and we had an interview with this professor that's come over now to take sort of leadership of the whole thing. I wanted to get your reaction to that appointment and, where we're going.
Very much welcome it. Sounds fantastic. He sounds like he's got the right mix of skills and experience that we need. Sounds like we're very lucky to get somebody at quite short notice, to be honest, of that calibre. And it also sounds like he's got the commitment and the imagination necessary. So it's all good, basically.
Well, and that's always a good thing to hear.
Yeah.
Because you weren't involved in the process, I'm taking it. The government's been out there.
I didn't interview him, no, but it sounds, I would have been, no, he sounds great, yeah.
So, Isle of Man government on the right track?
Yes, as long as they keep moving. I suppose the critical thing is, it sounds like he understands it's not like you write a report, say you've done the report and then put it on the shelf, do you know what I mean, and then ignore it, which there's always the temptation for that to happen, but it sounds like he's talking about an ongoing process and he understands it's not just a 6-month thing, it's like a long-term project. Yeah, but he understands how to make it happen, which is the best thing.
Well, he's still got to sell it to government at the end of the day.
Well, that's the thing. The main thing is they actually take it on board and understand the benefits of doing this, because I still think some people in the government don't quite understand the benefits of this. They can see the costs, but they don't see the benefits.
Well, it's going to cost us all, right? It's going to cost people money.
It's how you design it. It's like that's partly why I wanted to come on today, because I went and heard the Tynwald debate when they were debating the climate thing, and that people standing up and say, "Oh, it's going to cost us money," but it's more a question of good design. It's if you design houses so they don't take a lot of energy to heat. It's like I was away in Sweden 10 years ago now. Visiting houses don't take any heating, just passive houses. And we went and had a look in. The lady who's there, she just baked a cake, and it's pretty cold. It was winter. She just had to open all the windows because it's too hot. Wow. And she was saying if she has friends over and they light a few candles, they have to open the windows, and this is like down to minus 20 degrees outside. So it's quite a lot of it is question of good design. So you design your transport system well, you design your housing system well. It's like procurement in government, laws and spec and things like this. I see it's more as a question of good design and planning ahead. So there is, like, economists think the way to solve the climate crisis is whack up the tax on everybody, but I think that should be the last resort on how you do it. It's more about good design. And
what about being carbon neutral in the sense, or paying you away with any carbon, offsetting your carbon? Yeah.
I'm not an expert on offsetting. I think it's a process. It's something that can be used. It can be used, but the main thing you need to do is just design out the need to use fossil fuels.
Hundreds of trees, thousands of trees.
Yeah, that's all good. It'd be great for wildlife. It's not going to solve the problem by itself. The main thing we need to do is design out the need to use fossil fuels. But the technology is all there. So that's why we're bringing over our Paul Allen of the Zero Carbon Britain project in October. He's presenting to Tynwald, and they've been spending himself, it's like an academic research project, they've been spending the last 12 years showing how with existing technology Britain could wean itself off fossil fuels over about 15 years it would take.
That's Britain, but what about the Isle of Man? We've still got obviously the generation that's been done by gas and that sort of thing. Well,
that gets paid off in 2034, doesn't it? So that's not actually that long ahead. That's 15 years. And if you're talking like long-term infrastructure, like the MEA do and DOI do, you need to be thinking 10, 20 years ahead anyway. So we need to be thinking now for what's going to replace it.
Okay, have you got anything else planned? I mean, there's all these different events and protests going on. Do you get?
Personally speaking, I'm going to take a few weeks off, go on holiday. But
hope you're not flying anywhere, or you're offsetting your carbon.
I'm going camping.
Oh right.
Camping. No, I won't be flying. It's like I get so much flack. But no, I think the main thing we're doing is planning ahead for Paul Allen to come over in October. He'll be presenting to Tynwald. He'll be doing at least one public event. He might be doing more. He's happy to talk to the media. He's a lovely bloke, so it'd be really good to talk to. There are little events going on here and there. I think we're doing little regional events and things like this. But the big push has been the Tynwald thing, to get this debated in Tynwald, to get the consciousness of this amongst Tynwald members. But I think now the big thing is to understand, and that's why it's really good. I had Professor Curran has been talking about the co-benefits, which is almost like collateral benefits of acting on the climate. You can have benefits for people and you can have benefits for the economy. It's like however much, dozens of millions of pounds goes off the island every year to pay for fossil fuel use. If we cut down that, by say half over the next 10 years, that all that money could be circulating in the Manx economy. If we're making houses better insulated, that's going to be eliminating fuel poverty, benefiting people's health, and people got more money in the pocket. There's jobs. There's going to be jobs needed to, upgrade the housing stock, cleaner air, more active travel. If the air's cleaner, it actually encourages you to walk around more, because there's bits of Douglas a bit, the air's not brilliant, and you wouldn't want to cycle
Lord
or
Street
walk.
and Corner Bridge, I think, the two that keep coming up.
Yeah, or even going up Victoria Road at rush hour is a bit rubbish air. So that's going to encourage people to be more active, and that's going to have bigger health benefits for the NHS budget and the government budget and the economy and well-being, quality of life. It's all good stuff.